Now, I don't know if anyone has seen Picross before, but it's a pretty simple little concept. You're given a thing like this, a grid, and you've got numbers on each side of the grid. And that is how many squares are filled. So 10 is all 10. So we can just do it like this. Now this here, so there's 2 ones, that means 2 sets of 1. So we've got 1 and 1, 1 and 1. So they're already complete. This, however, 1 full set of 3 has to be there. This 1 full set of 5 has to be there. This one is a full set of 6, so this has to be there. Now, what have we got next? This one is 1, which must be this one, because there's no... I mean, it could be 1 for 1, actually, so ignore me on that. It's the same here, this 5 and 1. It's already ticked off the 1, so if we assume this is correct, in that it's ticked that one off, it has to be 5. Okay? And same for this one. That has to be 4, and then that 1 has to go there, because there's no other possible options. So we've then got 4 here, so this has to be 4. There is 1 more here and 1 odd one here, so the only way I can think that would match up is 1 there. We then have 5 in a row, 5 in a row, 4 in a row, 5 in a row, 5 in a row, and 2. And that is Picross. So, it obviously gets a bit more complicated than that. So that is just an introduction to Picross. That is the dog one. Let me just get some music going, because I realize it's a bit quiet. We'll pop something on and do a little bit of Picross. Let me... what's it called? Pixross, I think, was the actual game. Doing le puzzles. Doing the puzzles. There we go. Okay. Sweet. And there's some music. Love it. Okay. So like I said, I've done a few of these before, the fishes. So I'm just gonna go and try and talk you guys through it. So an 8 means the middle 6 always have to be filled, right? Because to have 8, you always have to have these 6 full. I'm imagining it's probably in the middle. So to have 6, the middle 4 have to be full. Now this one is 15 across. So this is 13 and 1. So we have to do 13, 1. 15. Then what are our other options here? 1, 2, 3, 4. This one's 10 as well. I missed this. So that's ticked off our 4s. This is a 10 and a 1 and a 12. So 12 and a 2 is 1, 2, and that. Because there's, in total it adds up to 14 plus 1 space, 15. So it's the same again here. 15. Now we've got a 2 and a 3 here. We've got to assume it's 2, 3. Only thing that would make sense. And now we look at this, and we've got rows of 10. So we've got to complete our row of 10, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And that's also finished off these here. These have to be 6s, so these 2 are the only rows that haven't got anything left. 6, and then the back row, and there's the fish. Number 3, what do we got? So 10 by 10 grid. This is going to be 8 and 1 is always going to be easiest to look at, and this is all 8 and 1 here, so that's super simple. Like I said, if you see an 8, it's always the middle 6, so that's not too bad. Another 8 and 1, 8 and 1, This one is 6 and 2, so we can do the 6 because we had the base of it. Same again here for the 6. 5, 1 and 1. So that adds up to 7, 8, 9. So we can't quite finish that off, but we know that that must be. So we know, the reason we know that must be is because there's 5 total, and it was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or 4, 5. So this one always would be included in the final one. This is 5 and 1. So can we fill out anything here? If there's a 1 there and a 1 there, it's always these 5. If it's... Okay, so the 5 has to be across here. But it could also... No, it has to be across here, because the only way that it would work... This almost looks like a... Is it a rabbit? Or like Totoro or something like that? Okay, we got 5 again here. We can complete... This one is a single 5, so we can't go wrong there. This is free join, so we've got 1, 2, 3. This should be 3 in total joined like that. This is 4 individual ones. And this is a 1, 2, and 2, so that is the only way that it would make sense. 5 and 1, so it can't be there, and it's not on the it's not on the outside, and it can't be there, so one of them has to be there, which means the other one has to be there. There's now 2, and we know there's nothing on this row, so it has to be 2. And it's exactly the same story here. 2 and 1. That has to be the 2. The only other place this 1 can be is the bottom row. And as there's nothing left in this row, we have to go there. We then have 2 2s. And we've got 1s. So that makes 2s. And that also makes 2s. It was a mouse in the end. Fair enough. What do we got? What's number 4? Okay, again. We've got some 10s. You can just fill those out to get rid of them. Now, 11 and 3, we can do that as well because it adds up to 14 plus 1, 15. So that's going to be the same for both of these rows. Exactly matching. And 6, 1 and 1 adds up to 8, 9, 10 with the gaps. So we can complete these rows. This only has a single 4, so we know that must be complete. Now, the chances are this is complete here because it's... In fact, we know it's complete in the middle there because there's 2 12s, so we may as well fill out this central section. We know there's nothing more here, so it has to be there. Again, we have a 1 6 1, so we can fully fill that out because there's no other way it could possibly work. We have an 8, which means we can definitely fill this out. There's now 2 7s, 2 1. Can complete at least 6 for now. In fact, we can complete the 7. We know it's not on this row because the 4 is complete and there has to be a gap. So that goes 7. These are 4. And we can't have anything in this row, so it has to be 4. These also now have to be connected because we have these loose ones. That has to be a 4. We then have a random 8 in the middle here, and we've still got 2 dodgy 1s, so it's got to be there. And then these have to go there. Lovely. And that is the bug completed. Let's have a look. Number 5, what do we got? Ooh, trickier. 1 6 and 1 we can complete. It's only I mean, it's still quite a small grid. You can sometimes get absolutely massive grids. Right, 5, so these have to be joined. This is a 6. Why did I do that? That was just guesswork. Right, 2 and 2, so these have to be 2s. Now, these have to be These are 5s. And just by looking at it, it could be 1, 2... 4 individual 1s is a bit awkward. Right, we got 6. So we know these have to be completed, yes? Okay. But now we don't know if it's 5, 6 or if it's 5, 6. We can guess like that it's not lopsided and that it's 5, 6, 5, 6. There's always a chance that one side it could go up. Now, this middle row here is a nice easy solve because we've got the 2 in the middle, so those 2 have to complete. We now see that was the middle one there. To fit 3 in here, it has to contain both of these 2. Which one of these 2? We're not sure yet, but it's going to be exactly the same on this row here. This is a 6 and a 1. Is there a way to fix that there? No, I don't think there is. Got 4, 2 pairs of 3s, so we know these must go. So that guarantees that this is the 6. It can't be 5, 6, so it has to be at least 5. And it's not. It doesn't look very likely to be these 2. Just because there's a 4 and these have to be 5 in a row, and we've taken out the middle ones, yeah, so it has to go like that. Now, this 3... Alright, the ones at the bottom have to be on the... So there's nothing in the middle, so to fit 4, it has to be 1, 2, 3, 4. Then these 4 on the outside have to go up because there's no other possible option that would work. These ones have to be down here and they have to go there. And we made a crab! We have made a crab. Okay, we've got 100 points for it. What's next? Number 6. 10, can't go wrong. 8, full 6. 7 is the same, but it's 4 because you can go there. 9 is nice and easy because we can do most of them. What else have we got? We got a 5, a 1, and a 1. That adds up to 7. A 3 and a 5, so we know it must be 1, 2 at least. And then 3 and 4. And then one of those 2 and one of those 2. This is only a 3. And this is a complete 4. This could still go 5, 6, 7. This could still go 5, 6, 7. We don't know for sure which way that is yet. This 5 and 2. Can we complete any from the 5 and 2? It could go 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. In fact, it's going to have to do something like that. In fact, that has to be what it is. Because there's no way with 2 here we can fit 5 in here. So it has to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now, what's next? What could we possibly have next? Okay, this 5 we know isn't here. Because there's only a 2, so it has to go 5 and 3. What does that let us do? Nothing. One, two, three, four. This can't be correct. It has to be here, and there has to be a 1 there. This has to be complete because there's nothing in the bottom row. Now, this must be the 4, and it can only go here because there's a gap there. Which means the 2 has to include... no, it could be 1... It could be 1, 2 or 1, 2, so it has to include that square. Which means this 3 has to also include that. This 3 has to go down this way. Now these could go either way. 4. Okay, we've got 2 individual ones here. So this 4, this has to be here, and that has to complete the 7. Which means this 2 has to go below. It's the only way that would ever fill out. We've got 6 here. We now know this can be filled out because we can't have one in the bottom row. So that's 7. We've now got 4. Do we go 5? Yes, because there's a 2 here. It has to go here. Which then means this 5 has to go up. And now that 2 has to go there. And that has to go there. Along with that there. Just to fill it out. Now that has to be 1. And that has to be 1. That took a bit of thinking, that. But we got there. You know, we don't want them all to be super easy or anything silly like that. So let's see. We've got a big block. Oh, can I just restart? Can I restart? Yes, thank you. Because I really didn't. I just thought it was 3 15s, but it's not. 15, 15, 13. So 13, we can fill everything out but the edge 2 on both sides. 5, 3, 5. We can finish that because it adds up to 13 plus 2 for the gaps. This one's 8, so we can do the middle 6. This is 3 sets of 3. Can we do anything with that? I don't think so. Okay, this 6. In fact, and the 8, we can fill out the 8s. There was 0 in those top 2 rows. I didn't even notice that. Or the outside 2 rows, sorry. We've then got these 6s, which have to go down because we've finished the rows above. And then for these to be 3 3s, it's going to have to go 1, 2, 3 like that. These 4s. That was easy. That was really easy compared to the previous one. Okay. Number 8. You'll do great. I love the messages of positivity that it gives you. Okay, so 10. Oh, that was brave. I went 1 too far. Oh, no, I didn't. 7, 8, 9, 10. 8, 9, 10. 11 is also... It has to go to there, I think. Wait, what's that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 8, 10, 11, 10, 11. Yeah. 7 means we can fill out the middle 4, and then it can go up or down. We know, actually, that we can fill out the middle 6, because both of the top and bottom rows are filled for this gap. We've got a 6 and a 5, which we can probably fill a decent amount out of, because there's actually only 13 rows. So we know it must be 1, 2, 3. And then it'll be 4, 5, 6. So that has to be complete. We know it can't be this one. So it has to be 5, 6. So that's a minimum. For this to be 5, it could just be 4, 5. It could be 4, 5. We can't, I don't think we can touch that any further. Now this one is 6 down and there's 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So that means we can join these. Fill them out. And now this is 11. How have I not done more of the 11 here? So that could then be 11. There's nothing on the end. That could now be 11. Okay. This, however, is 6 complete. And we know these 5s are over this side. So it actually has to go down. There's no way that it can be in this higher section. This also is a single 5, so that has to be connected. There's nothing in this row, so it's just 4, 5. Is it a dog? Is it a fox? Is it a camel? Maybe it's a camel? Looks like it might be a camel, actually. These 3s aren't going to join up with these 11s, so they have to go here. 2 and then 3, so it has to be those 2. We've got 2 1s, a 2. There's a 2 like space here, so it has to be 2. This is the 7. It's a weird camel actually, if it is a camel. 6 and 5, so that has to now be the 6, and that has to be the 5. A capybara. That would make sense. It was quite a round ball-shaped thing, so I wasn't sure quite what it was meant to be. Oh dear. Right. So 6, we can do the middle 2. 7 is the middle 4, right? Yeah. Okay, nothing on the top, and there's 9. 5 and 1. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it can't. So if it's one gap, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then it could be those 2 or it could be those 2. Yes, that's correct. Okay, this is 6 complete, so we have to join that up. This one is 7, so we can fill out the middle 4 for 7, right? This is a 4 and a 3. 1, 2, 3. So that's potential. 1, 2, 3, 4. I don't think we can fill anything else out. Because it could be, well, actually, it could be 1, 2, 3, 4. So that one has to be 1. And then that's it for the 3. 7 and 1. We can definitely do something with that. Especially when there's a gap at the top, we can just fill that out. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1. Nice. That was, okay, that was a nice surprise. 1, 2, 3, 4, but it could also be 1 and then 1, 2, 3, 4. So I don't think we can touch that one. What else have we got here? Actually, any more that I can say for certain? Huh. Because they are both valid. Five and 1, 3, 4, 5, 4, 5, 1. Could be 1, 1, 2, 3, 4. Or 1, 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm pretty sure. Okay, so it has to then be 1, 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, we've made a mistake. Apparently we've made 2 mistakes. I can't see where the second one is, but that's fine. Three and two, so the two can't be here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So it's got to be 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Because there's 0 in the top. This 4 has to now go here. This 3 has to go here. This 2's on its own already. So this 7 has to come down here. This 6 must go here. 4 has to go up. 5 also has to go up. 2 has to go across. 3 has to fill out this bit. This space has to be filled there. 5 probably has to go there, there, and there. It's a duck! Amazing. Okay, and 10, the final one we're going to do. We've got some 10s. Let's see if we can do this one without making a mistake. I was a little bit annoyed we made one on that last one. That can be 6, that can be 6, so 7s. 8 means we can fill out the 6. This one we can complete, right? 2, gap 3, 4 is 7, gap 8, 2, 10. So it has to be that. This 7, we can add 1 to the bottom because there's 0 in the top and 0 in the... Ooh, actually, we can do that because there's 0 in the top and 0 in the bottom. We can't do anything with these 6s. Actually, I lie, we can. These are only 4s, so that can be done. But this can't. This has to stay. This 4 must go down now because there's nothing in this row. 1s. If this goes 6, no, so this 6 has to go up because if this was a 6 here, there's not space to do. Oh no, there is space to do 1, 2, 1, 1, 1, 2. I'm lying, ignore what I said. Okay, but however, these 4s must go down just because of the row clearage. Okay, these 7s can't go up because it's a single 2 together, so they have to go down. Which then means these 2 have to go here, because they're the only ones that link, and then it's just got to be 1, 2, 1, 2. It's a frog! Love it. Love it. So that's just a little bit of Pixross. It's good fun, and you know, you end up with these little nice pixel art. I've done all of like the intermediate and beginner ones. Let me show you like a tricky one briefly. I mean, this actually might not be tricky, but like you can get like the big 15 ones. You can get even bigger than this, I've seen before. So 9 has to be in the middle 3. Because then it can go 9 up or 9 down. 8 and 4 has to go out to there. Because it could be those 4. Seven and 3, that one must be done. But yeah, this is where it gets tricky. 8s, the middle ones, you know, are done. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 can't be right, so it has to be 6. These individual 1. This individual 1 means that you won't have 1 behind it here. That means nothing. Ignore me. 4 and 2. So the 4 and 2 must be these 2. So 1, 2, 3. So it can't be this square, so it has to be at least that square. This is the middle 3, so these 2 have to go here. That's just a nice clue, to be honest, for it to give us. 1, 2, 3. I'm sure we can do something with this 3, 2, and 4, because it adds up to 9, 10, 11. Maybe not. Maybe not. We can do something with this 7 at the bottom though now, because we know that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 can't be right, because this 4 is up here, so that has to go there. That's the individual 1 ticked off, which is quite nice, because it should now get us 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And that can finish us a 1 off here. There's 5 connected here. We can't have the top row, so it has to be that one. 6, 2, and 1. Could it be there? And 6? It could, but it's not guaranteed, so I'm not going to do it because I'm not certain on it. This second 5 we can mark 1, 2, 3 because it's 4, 5 or 4, 5. Now that lets us complete these rows here to go 8 and 8, which is 6, 6, 7, 8, 7, 8. Okay, we know that it can't be this row, so it has to definitely be here. And it's this 1, so this 8 must be here. If this is 9 in a row, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And then this is a 5, so we have to be able to fill that gap. It's a 4. Now naturally it does just look like there should be 1 there to finish off the flower with the colours, but I'm going to do it, try and do it the maths way rather than what I'm actually seeing in front of me. What else have we got? I'm surprised I haven't been able to get anything on this row. Like, surely there's a way I can do it. Because that could be there. You wouldn't know. This 5, we can definitely fill that square out because it could be 4, 5. And actually, no, we know there's nothing in this row, so it has to be 5. And that's the same for this 5 here. Now this is a 3 and a 1, so that has to be a 3. This 5 has to be here. This row is complete, so that has to be a 4. Nice. This is 1 row and 9, so that has to connect. This is complete, so it has to be there. And then to finish off the 3, that has to be a 3 there. And we're making a cactus. Love it. Little ball cactus and then a spiky old chonky one over here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Nothing there. 7. Could be either way. We're not certain yet. 1, this must be 2 because there's no other way, and then to finish off that has to be 6. Nice. We don't know which side this 8 is yet. There's no, I don't think there's a certain way of telling. This has to go at least to here. And then, look, so we've got 2 here. It can't be here. This 4 has to go down here. We've then got, what? 4, 2, 3. And there's only 3 rows up here, so it has to be 1, 2, 3. Logically, you've got a 2 and a 4, so it's probably 4 and 2, which means there's no space for this to be a 5, so that has to be correct. We then have 6 and 1, which means this must link, because if it doesn't link, you're not going to fit 6 in the top. Okay. This has to go here, and actually we can complete that because it's a 6 and there was gaps on either side. This has to be a 5, so that must be filled out. This is a 2 and then a 4. It can't be above, it has to be below. There's the 5. This is 5 in a row. This has an individual 1. That has to go there. This needs to be 6 in a row and 4 across, and this needs to be 8 and 5. So it's simply gotta be here here, here. And there is the cactus complete. Fantastic. Okay, that'll do. But yeah, you can see they can get pretty complicated, the Pixross ones. There's lots and lots of different categories. You've got different challenges. A single mistake makes it fail. Some clues are hidden behind rocks. So there's all sorts of stuff on here. It's cool. Lots of different options for it. And yeah, Pixross is a very relaxing little game to chill out with. I think I got it in the Ukraine bundle they ran earlier in this year. I found that folder. I've got a load more games in it, so I'll have to have a look and see quite what there is that I might try out. Anyway, hope you enjoyed a little bit of Pixross.